you say you smoke marijuana for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, you said, and lots of times with your mother. Do you have any idea what the research says about the neurological impact of that on a teenage brain?
No, and I don't care.
I've told her that. I told her.
Well, that tells me the research is correct. Seriously, what do you mean you don't care?
I don't.
Well, maybe you don't, but maybe some parents at home do, because the effects of marijuana on a teenage brain are extremely well documented, and it indicates that it creates difficulty thinking and problem solving, problems with memory and learning, impaired reaction time, coordination and concentration, decreased cognitive flexibility and visual scanning, difficulty maintaining attention, lower academic success, higher likelihood of dropping out of high school, increased depression and/or anxiety, higher risk of psychosis with family history, lower life satisfaction, and poorer physical health. Those are not opinions, those are facts, those are realities, because at your age, your brain is pruning itself back and rewiring itself, and there are some sticky aspects of the components of marijuana that disrupt that process that can affect you with occasional use of marijuana, let alone chronic use of marijuana that can affect your brain long term.
I've heard that a lot.
I've told her this, Dr. Phil. I've explained to you that I've told her this.
But yet you give it to her.
Yeah, I give it to her.
She's
so
not
that
the only one that's giving it to me, and you guys make it seem that way.
She would smoke until she would smoke. When I found her, when I caught her, I could tell that she'd been smoking. She'd smoke herself silly, and she'd smoke whatever she could get her hands on. So you tell me which is worse, because if you want to lock her in a room, then that might work. And if you want to send her to school, just forget it. That's why I'm choosing to homeschool her.
You asked the question, tell you which is worse. Yeah. If you want to set up a paper tiger, which you can there tear down, where it's like, do I want to give her acid-laced marijuana or clean marijuana? If those were the only two choices, then gee, you've got me.
Then what's C? Then tell me C. Yeah. Then you tell me C. What's the answer then?
Well, C is that you raise your daughter in such a way that marijuana is not a default go-to.